Good morning, friends. Good morning, fellow TBCians. We are starting again on another broadcast session. I want to take this opportunity to welcome my fellow participants, fellow TBCians, both local and global audience. This morning on a topic, TBC Cash Flow, Power of Commitment 2. This is a follow-up of last episode, which had audio challenges. My name remains Basil Ude, a fellow TBCian, a broadcaster with TBC Community, to share with us the joy of being a TBCian and the wonderful joy of being a committed TBCian. To be a committed TBCian means to be a TBCian that has proper understanding of TBC. We all know TBC stands for the Billion Community. It's one thing to own TBC coins. It's another thing to understand the TBC coins. It's still another thing to understand the TBC, which gives strength to the TBC coins. We all know as we 009.net, there we find the legal document which we call public notice, a document that gives real light of what the TBC stands for, a private association, a Kringle society. That document is for every TBCian who wants to be committed to follow daily, to read, digest, and understand. It's important to fully understand that document, but because in that document, the full understanding of what TBC stands for is fully expressed. And once we know a mission and has a vision with a global posture, we will be able to align ourselves in the same way. A committed TBCian, we have to first of all be in alignment with the principles, the policies of the TBC community. Alignment shows commitment. Alignment shows understanding. The first thing to do is for us to understand that public notice publication and equally align ourselves with what the words expressed therein. Secondly, we have daily posts of the TBC admin, of which commitment to this cause requires a mandatory reading of those blogs. And there are company videos that come on those blogs. It is equally needful for a committed TBCian to listen to those videos, view those videos as often as possible. Thirdly, to be a committed TBCian, one needs to attend the Mondays send button meetings if you are English speaking, or on Tuesday send button meeting if you are in another language. So, friends, to be a committed TBCian means a strict adherent to these ways of educating ourselves on what TBC stands for, and also learning instructions on how to experience cash flow with the available system put across to us by the admin. Apart from attending the send button meeting, fourthly, is equally wise and listen and learn from the TBC leaders broadcasts that's available in our broadcast session in our back office of Clinical Cash back office dashboard. There you'll find broadcasts that run continually on daily basis. There you will find videos that equally teach and enlighten us on the way to experience cash flow in the TBC community. An aspect we need to have that commitment and to show the commitment and to get practically is to follow the system, the blueprint mapped out for everyone who is a TBCian to experience TBC cash flow, experience TBC mission, experience TBC vision practically. So this morning, I will share with us some of these systems, some of these things that if we do continually, will be in line, will be in alignment with the direction of TBC community and TBC leadership. And this is commitment. It is important to know that commitment requires dedication. We have to dedicate some of our time, some of hours, man hours, to study and be enlightened and equally teach, especially those who are coming new to TBC, those things we are learning. This is also another part of commitment. So I'll take some time out to share my screen. As I share, we will now look at some of these write-ups that we need to know or embrace to help us really enjoy this TBC experience. And what are those experiences? We'll find them as we share our screen. These are important things we have seen expressed in the blogs of our admin, and I want to confirm whatever I see my screen. So I will get back to us and go back to the screen to be sure we are on the same page. So we're back there. Let's share again and see whether it will show. Good. We're there now. Share. Good. Fine. One of the things that we have discovered from the write-up of admin is on this particular one, which you see a tree. And this tree, you find the roots. The admin in this blog write-up tells us for us to experience fast track. To experience fast track, to experience this cash flow, there's a fast track system or a fast system. And it starts with the roots. Let's look at our experience in this TBC cash flow experience. If we are committed to this picture, this tree, that's the foundation Our first commitment is to follow this diagram. First, I will know the E is the foundational tree. We can leaders of TBC and the broadcasters. The admin tells us immediately we stay close to our leaders. We hear our leaders. We hear the broadcasters of TBC, and we embrace the teachings of these our leaders. Will be rooted in the mission and vision of TBC. We will be grounded in the policy of TBC. And by so doing, this financial tree will prosper and thrive. Because when a tree has strong root, definitely branches and expect fruits. Now, this strong is represented here. For you to be committed to TBC, you have to get close, get tutored by the TBC broadcaster and leaders, is to get your family members, because TBC is actually can be family business. It's a legacy, so it's advisable to get our families on board right from the outset. And if you look at this tree, once you get in your family members, the next step is to have branches. A tree without branches will never bear fruit. A tree without branches can never bear. See, these are things the people, according to the chat we had, which I'll go shortly later, we are advised to get our close friends on Facebook or 10 people outside their families who you can work with. You can share the information you have received from the admin, from the TBC leaders, and from the broadcasters. This information you can share with them. As you share with them, you actually, they understand what you understand on TBC. You have actually duplicated your knowledge. These temples become your branches. As they receive those gifts, those cookie gifts, of course, they see there that they will buy TBC from you. They will buy 100 kilograms of TBC from you, thereby bringing the seed, thereby bringing cash flow to you. These 10 people you gather are your primary 10 people, your branches that will shoot out, that will grow out, have more branches, have more leaves, have more fruits. That is the pattern. Then we also give them to another 10, to another 10. And friends, if we do this, that's where we are committed to the process that has been given to us by the TBC admin. Is also at the same time, I want to, it's necessary to equally look at this system as very, very, very similar. Very, very similar to what he also put across for us to reach our million members target. So what I mean, I want to share on that screen with us. And this one around, we see that once we get 10 people who are at the branch, so enable us hit the 1 billion drive. So I'll share the screen again. I know some of us are familiar with this diagram, where we have the option. You can see massive growth campaign coming soon. This is where we are now. So we can choose to get to 1 billion in this long line of weeks, or we can get in this shorter line of weeks, or 14 months, or can just shoot in 10 months. So we can hit our 1 billion mark by just, if we are committed to getting every member of the TBC, you are committed to having 10 people as your branches. Every member. Once you have this golden commitment, friends, fellow TBCians, we will get 1 billion members in 10 months. That's wonderful. So that is what we are saying, that it is very, very possible. Wonderful landmark actually hitting the 1 billion member level. So you can see from the blog post I've just shown us, we have first step, we go to roots. And the roots are what? The broadcasters, the leaders of TBC, and the roots want to be committed should have. Then when to the trunk, who are the trunk? Our family members. In Africa, you can have extended family members. These are your family support center. Then, for the branches to shoot out, we get 10 other people, 10 other minimum 10 are those ones who produce the leaves, the fruits, the seeds, the branches. This, if we embark on them and show them at least learn, there's a blueprint. It's not as if we're giving our own knowledge. We're just re-echoing and showing them where we got the information. So as I showed 10 leaders among myself, they will pick what I pick. Of course, they will do what I do. And that's the education. So what I showed us, for us to hear about, if commitment will get there in 10 months. Commitment. In fact, that's the foundation. We have so many things. We are so enthusiastic. We are very happy about what we're going to do in TBC. How we do this, how we do this, how we do that. Friends, it starts with commitment. Simple commitment. To me, that's why I start. And that's why I started. First of all, get close to the TBC leaders, the broadcasters, the TBC admin, and of course the coaches. We have TBC people who are coaching us, cash flow coaching, like Randy Wilson. Get close, pay for it, get established. That's your road. And once you get that foundation, it shows you're committed. We're not committed by going to the social media and sell our things and no, because it can be about the bush. Commitment is to follow the system. System is go to the root, get good foundation. Once you have good foundation, we will not be saying things that are in misalignment. We will not be saying things different from what admin is saying. We will not be saying things different from what the policy of the TBC is. We will be in perfect alignment if we have a strong foundation. And what's a strong foundation? Our TBC leaders, our broadcasters, the admin. Once we get close to them, to their broadcast, to their teachings, to their instructions, we are really okay. Then we can show up. Then we experience true cash flow in TBC environment. It's not about my ideas, your ideas, our ideas. We have plenty of that. All you need is commitment. Simple commitment to simple process. Get close to those leaders. That's just instruction. It's plain instruction. Then get a family members on board and look for 10 people that you will personally work with. It's a teamwork. Show them exactly what I'm telling you about. And let all of them do exactly what you've done. Friends, within 10 months, we're getting 1 billion mark. Simple. And interestingly, we have gotten the fuel, we've gotten the incentives, we've gotten the motivation from admin in the recent cookie reward system that make one get one full TBC plus just by getting 6 new members into the TBC community within 48 hours. That's a wonderful incentive. That's a wonderful motivation. We got these things to help us drive this membership drive. Friends, TBC cash flow is all about membership drive because we all know it's a simple equation. Once we grow, when we grow hugely, when we have massive growth in our community, we'll have a massive economy. We'll have a massive exchange of ideas, exchange of goods and services within our private community. And that goes a long way. Support is possible within the community. It starts with simple commitment. And once you are committed, friends will deliver. Now, there are some other things we need to know concerning commitment. As I say in my previous videos as well, TBC has not replaced private employment. To be a TBCian does not replace you being a business person. Being a TBCian has not taken the position of an investor. TBC Community does not eradicate your private business. There are a lot of folks out there who, because they have some numbers in their wallet, have ceased from working, have stopped entrepreneurial activities. A committed TBCian will still be busy doing his profession. Are you a teacher? Go ahead teaching. Are you a businessman or woman? Go on a business. Whatever you're doing, go on. TBC will not replace what you are doing. TBC is not for idle fellows. TBC is not for those who are not serious. It's not for lazy guys, bros. Lazy guys is you need to be committed in whatever you're doing. Then you identify with the community with what you are doing. Simple. What about merchants? Who will look from merchants from the skies? Merchants is I and you. I am a merchant because I'm merchant my what I do, my services, my profession. I'm a merchant. So every division is a potential merchant. We don't look merchant from the moon and from the sky. We are merchants if we're actually doing stuff. And every division ought to be doing stuff. That stuff you are doing is what you exchange with the other divisions who are equally doing stuff. If all of us are doing stuff, doing things, then we exchange what we are doing with others. We are now merchants. That's the one that I want us to have in mind. A merchant is not someone who just out there is branded a merchant. As a consumer, is a cross, it's a cross of exchange. So we just have things crossing, exchanging ourselves, exchanging our ideas, exchanging what we do. That is merchant. So, folks, let us get committed to what we are doing. And that's when we will not be under pressure to go in non-alignment. Many folks out there, they look at their wallet, they will not go out to work. Say, hey, I've got millions of, oh, they think they got that. No, sir. Those things are there to happen following the system, following the commitment that God shared with us. If you look at the numbers first, you will be in misalignment. You look at the policies and the commitment and the system first, you'll be in alignment. We should not put the cart before the horse. We should not put the cart in front of the horse. Rather, the cart should be at the back of the horse. Priority, commitment. Number one priority is to be committed to the foundation, the foundational principle of TBC, is to be committed to the base, the foundation, which is the roots. And that is why when the public notice come up, our leaders also advised us that each member should study deeply the public notice that is in our TBC blog, equally in every tbc09.net. As we study this, we'll be well enriched with understanding so as to follow our leaders properly and to have the required patience to see TBC blossom to its destination, to its true potential, blossom to its roadmap, where we are going, where we are heading, and when we arrive, and we all be happier as we do so. However, it starts with commitment. I can't repeat myself well enough. We just have to see it that way. And that's why when folks out there go around finding shortcut, you see, the only shortcut available is to get to the commitment level. The only shortcut available is to follow the system, which if all of us follow, we'll hit that 1 billion member mark in 10 short months. It's very doable, friends. So all I tell us is let's read the blog. There have been wonderful blogs coming out. Tell us about the financial direction, what we expect economically, globally. And we know that those of us who are in TBC Community, which is a private association, Kringle Society Association, is just given that we might grow. We have that liberty to express ourselves within our community. We also have that goodwill among us that as we have accepted privately that the value of our Kringle does not depreciate, I will find it a very wonderful opportunity that will not be affected by any external factor. This type of asset, this type of thing we have is rare. It's a rare gem. So that's why we should embrace this TBC coin very, very deeply. Embrace it well. Let's hold it tenaciously because TBC assets, having a TBC coin, you are holding something very, very precious. So we not see it now, but just hang around. Some guy will say, you stick around. It's a number of months, number of weeks, number of years. But the time factor is determined by us. If every division will go all out and just say, well, I'll get my branches now, my 10 people, 10 divisions that will drive this stuff with me, and all of us will get our own 10. In 10 months' time, we are flying branch. And that should be our direction. That should be where we go. So this morning, I want to just summarize by telling us that, remember, we have going on. We still have the opportunity to have more of TBC coins. Kringles, attend a Sunday meeting, you get a reward from admin. Each time you do a broadcast I'm doing, you have a wonderful admin, you have a wonderful reward from admin. I make a purchase as a broadcaster, having a more wonderful reward. So all these things are to expand us to win in the TBC community are being rewarded. So stay idle or stay back. Let's all put hands on deck. Let us contribute to drive TBC forward. Every voice is important. Every member is relevant. Let's acknowledge that. Let us be aware that we are all relevant. We are all needed. I feel sad when some divisions, when I ask them, when last did you look at the blog? Last month, something last 2 weeks. When last you attended a Senate meeting? Oh, I couldn't just have time. Friends, commitment has to do with time. If you have no time for anything, you just know you're not committed. So I won't ask you who is committed or not committed. But let me tell you one way you know whether you're committed to TBC or not. And if you're not committed to TBC, of course, you can experience cash flow. So it goes hand in hand. You are committed, you experience cash flow. So the one question, how many times do you look at the TBC blog? If your answer is no time a day, you're not committed. Cash flow, far from you. How many times have you, okay, let me put it this way. Have you been attending the same button every week, at least a month, up to 3 times or at least 2 times? If your answer is yes, well, you're committed. If the answer is no, you're not committed. I'll ask you again, how often have you listened to any of the TBC leaders? You have listened to brokers. If your answer is yes, then you're committed. If your answer is no, you're not committed. So All these things are necessary ingredients to know whether we are committed. So I said, let's not go out there and be shouting, I don't have cash flow, I want to crash out. I remember in our latest blog, we said there's not like cash out in TBC, but we have cash flow. So get our those words. So our terms, cash flow. So for you to enjoy cash flow, be committed. But if you want to not be committed, you're looking for cash out. And friend, cash out is not it. It's cash flow. That's where it is. So enjoy cash flow, be committed. And you know you are committed when you do what I just said earlier on. You are rooted in that financial tree, first system tree, fast start system tree, which I've shown us before. And because of this video, I've also demonstrated us you have time for TBC. You have to assign some of your time to what's happening in TBC. You have to assign some of time to follow the blogs of TBC, listen to the video, and you have to have some time to attend certain opportunities. Having time for TBC means you're having a type of commitment. And once you are committed, you must experience cash flow. And once you are committed, the way I say we committed, you have your branches. Those 10 folks that's working with you as a team to grow the content and speed are committed. As you are doing that, which is the reward of the cash flow, as you the gift, they get their gift, they buy your own Kringles from you, that's the cash flow. So friends, in closing, I want to tell us commitment is the key. Once you're committed, you experience cash flow. This is your friend Basil Ode. Sign off. Share the talk. As we're committed, let's rally bold. See you next week and bye.